My name is Heather Ferro. I have 2 children, and one is in the public school system in Andover in 5th grade. I came here because I see no benefit in continuing with the park. Rigor has become the word of choice to persuade people that Common Core and park are the best thing for our kids. The dictionary defines rigor as the difficult and unpleasant conditions or experiences that are associated with something. Does that sound like a word you want to describe in your child's classroom? Education is not about making life unpleasant for our children. It's about inspiring them. And standardized tests do not inspire our kids. There is a place for standardized tests, but the PARCC comes with strings. PARCC will be used to determine who gets funding and to evaluate our teachers. It will be used to determine if a child advances to the next grade. And it's because of these strings and the pressure they bring that teachers and school administrators everywhere are quite frankly acting crazy. When we ask an 8-year-old 3rd grader or a 12-year-old autistic child to look an adult in the face and refuse to take a test, they prove that this has nothing to do with what's best for our kids. And when that child is too afraid to refuse and he is made to take the test anyway, how is this better for that child? And when the wishes of their parents are ignored, a serious line has been crossed. Standardized tests will not ever know what our best teachers know. They know our kids. The PARCC test doesn't know. My son eagerly raises his hand during language arts lessons because he can't wait to share his thoughts on what they've read. The PARCC doesn't know that my son, while not always a great test taker, is really good at math. The PARCC doesn't know that my son received the highest mark he could in effort in every subject. The PARCC also doesn't know that my son has anxiety, and that 2nd and 3rd grade were very frustrating for us. He struggled to get classwork done, and he did horrible on tests, despite whizzing through his homework. The PARCC doesn't know that despite hours of flashcards, his math facts just wouldn't stick. The PARCC doesn't know that his teachers tried tirelessly to help him, and the PARCC certainly doesn't know about the blood, sweat, and tears that I, his mother, put in to help him to get to where he is now. My son is thriving in school, and it has nothing to do with a test or rigor. My niece is 9 years old and in 3rd grade. She has a processing disorder that makes it hard for her to read and perform basic math skills. Her parents were told by her SPED teachers that she would do awful on the PARCC test. Can you imagine hearing that? But it's true. Her reading is below grade level, so the ELA would be extremely difficult. And even the math, with its long questions and answers that require essays to describe how you got your answer, would be almost impossible for her. But they require her to take it anyway. It doesn't matter that 90 minutes of taking a test that you are not prepared to take will have an emotional toll on a child who is already frustrated in school. It doesn't matter that her dedicated teacher will be penalized for her low score. Everyone takes the test, no exceptions. What the test doesn't know about my niece is how far she has come. It doesn't know how much she loves school despite her learning difficulties. It doesn't show the hard work and dedication of her SPED or classroom teachers. And it certainly doesn't show the endless support, worry, and perseverance of her parents who are fighting for her future. She will just be another test score. Some have said that parents don't like the PARCC because it's too hard, and that has nothing to do with it. My son's math class is hard, and I love it because I see him push himself and he's thriving. I want his teachers to expect a lot out of him. But 9 days of testing over the course of 6 weeks and countless hours of test prep, that isn't hard work, it's torture in the name of data collection. The PARCC is taken on a computer and graded by a computer, yet it will be used to determine if a child moves up to the next grade. If we use a computer rather than teachers and parents to make this decision, then public education is truly dead. There are parents all over this country standing up to this, and it's time our politicians started paying attention to what parents and taxpayers want for their children. Thank you.